Vision Quest Journal. The first day, December 20th, 2021. It is with great reluctance that I am beginning this online journal. 3 weeks ago, I began a new level of my lifelong vision quest. Although I am partially Native American by blood, this Native legacy was concealed from me. My father was ashamed of his Native American mother. When I became an adult, I began to experience my Native American ancestors on my own through dreams and intuitions. At that time, I did not even know they were my ancestors. I also have an insatiable curiosity about ancient sacred sites. All of this happened with no context. A few years ago, however, my father finally revealed before he died to my sister our Native American roots, and suddenly my inner life began to make more sense. The invisible world of energy, spirit, and spirits, long familiar to my ancestors, gradually also became real for me. My vision quest began 48 years ago and continues to this day. I was lucky in life. I was trained by a high-level yogi, a mystic, and a sage from a cave monastery high in the mountains of the Himalayan. I was trained in the path of meditation, hard work, and effort. I meditated every day for 48 years and had other practices that I did outside of meditation. 20 years into this effort, I began having spiritual experiences, dreams, visions, insights, and intuitions. The gift of energy healing came to me unbidden. Mediumship came to me naturally. Because I was a trained yogi and not a trained psychic, I resisted these gifts and was extremely uncomfortable with these new skills. However, this had the odd effect of increasing the power of these gifts. Even now, to this day, I still resist the temptation to be a person of power. Trained as a yogi, I was always on guard against ego swelling. But recent events and recent encounters are pushing me in a new and uncomfortable direction, that of being more open and honest about my inner worlds. I am a big believer in scientific inquiry and the scientific method of proving or disproving theories. For a large part of my life, I worked in hospitals and hospice. I respect the scientific mind. Scientists for some time have known and discussed the mathematics that clearly proves that other dimensions of reality must and do exist. In another realm, astronomers have known for many decades that 95% of our universe is invisible to our scientific instruments. For decades, astronomers have developed more and more elaborate three-dimensional instruments in futile attempts to capture the non-material world. All efforts at sensing this vast invisible universe have so far failed. Yet, despite the failure of modern science to measure the non-material world and sense or measure other dimensions of reality, all of the means are still available to explore the non-material universe and the multi-dimensional world. They are present and have always been present. Science ignores all the visible evidence that our ancestors once had full knowledge of these worlds and had the ability to access them. Science has become trapped in limited three-dimensional thinking, the only world they accept as real. A scientist who dares to explore these other realms is ridiculed. No scientist is willing to risk their careers on exploring outside the three-dimensional box. And the non-material world is, by definition, outside this box. So it seems fitting, actually perfectly fitting, that beings from other dimensions and or other planets are showing up in the air above military bases and naval vessels, in dreams, in visions, and sometimes even in person. The time has come for me to begin to talk about my own experience and not be afraid of ridicule.